Oh, well, and there we have it. Somebody has decided to wake up from his hibernation. The first Here We Go of our January transfer session, Robinio Vaz from Olympique Marseille to Roma is a Here We Go. I like this signing. And I'll introduce the paradox here. I like this signing, but I've never seen him play, and I've no idea who he is. But I like this signing, and can I say I would much rather spend 25 million on an 18-year-old full of prospect. And I was reading comments from Olympique Marseille fans, and apparently they're very pissed that they let go of such a talent. I would much rather spend that money on a permanent move for a young player like him who doesn't have to think about us twice, decided to join us in 24 hours, and the deal was done in 24 hours, than an idiot like Giacomo Raspadori, who not only made us wait 15 days, basically 13 days, because we tried chasing him, all of a sudden goes to Atalanta. You're an idiot. Like, your IQ is not very high. I'm happy. I'm happy that we let him go. I'm happy that we've stopped chasing him and that he stopped chasing us in a sense. He was never interested in this move. He was never interested in this move. So frankly speaking, we don't need these players. And all I can say to Raspadori is, concha tu madre, napoletano de mierda. No, but speaking about Robinho Vaz, I'm very hyped. I'm very hyped. I like these players. I like these players because I feel like these players work the best with managers like Gasperini. Now, of course, I always introduce the topic of pressure because it's one of the problems. It's not a problem, but it's an obstacle that a lot of players struggle to jump when they sign for this club. There's a big pressure at this football club. And the first thing that I will say is this guy is 18 years old. He's younger than me, for instance. He will not make an instant impact. So please stick that in your heads, stick that in your minds, stick that in your patience, because an 18-year-old will never have an immediate impact at a club like Roma. He won't. He simply won't. So people who the first few weeks where he's gonna get some game time and he won't have that, killer instinct, that injection power that maybe he will develop with some time and with the coming of time, there are gonna be fans that go, he's useless, he's terrible, we wasted 25 million, and that's where the problem is. That's where the problem is. It takes time for these players to make an impact. I would argue that it will take time for him to be a regular starter in our starting 11. But this is an investment. I look at this as a long-term investment, backing the manager, also with projections, with visions, not just stupid loans. Because realistically speaking, that's one of our problems. One of the reasons why we can never have continuity and we can never build momentum with teams is because basically the majority of our players have either a contract running out or they're on loan. So every year you're forced to improve, reinforce, replace. You need to start building today for that long-term future. And these are the signings that you need to complete in order to do that. About his position, he plays as a striker. I saw some clips. We were speaking about this in the fan forum. By the way, speaking about the fan forum, I'm opening another 5 spots. So the first 5 people that want to join and send me an email in the email address down below in the description with their phone number and their country's prefix, I will add you. No more than 5 spots. So be careful and be quick if you want to be part of that. No, but speaking about him, we were speaking about him yesterday in the fan forum, and a lot of people were going that characteristics-wise, he's very similar to Osimhen. Again, I don't like comparing. I compare for the memes, I compare for the jokes, and I compare for the banter. But truth is that the last thing these players need is comparisons. He's the new Osimhen, he's the new Messi, he's the new Totti. We've made this mistake so many times. Let these players grow by themselves without external pressure. which will inevitably touch them because this club, as I said many times, and these fans expect a lot. So the pressure will inevitably hit. But the thing that I like about this player and about this signing, overall to conclude, I'm not going to keep it too long, is the rapidity. I like players who are decided, don't need to spend a lot of time speaking to my mum. Do we want to go to Rome? Speaking to my wife. Do the children want to go to Rome? I'm not sure. 1 day goes by, 2 days go by, 5 days go by. I'm still unsure. What are the other possibilities? In 24 hours, 48 hours max, we managed to get a here we go because he was decided to leave the club and join us. And this is what every player that we sign needs to do. Gasperini has repeated this concept multiple times in press conferences and in interviews. We don't need players that don't want us. And most importantly, we don't want players that don't want us. So going back to Raspadori, you can rot. Like, you can genuinely rot. I will wish you all the worst. Because it's not the fact that I didn't end up signing you that makes me pissed. It's the fact that you made me waste 13 days. 13 days chasing you as if you were a fucking bitch. 13 days. 13 days of going, oh, I want to stay at Atletico Madrid, and the only team that I want to join in case I leave is a Napoli return. And then in literally 5 hours, he says yes to Atalanta. You clearly had a problem with us, and I clearly had a problem with you. So thank God that that deal didn't go through, because we don't need players who don't want to be here, as I just said. Yeah, looking at other deals, apparently the Daniel Malen deal is very, very close. Roma are trying to speed it up because Atletico Madrid, now that they sold Raspadori, were interested in him. But sources are saying that Roma are optimistic about this. And I still am on my knees for Joshua. You know, I want Joshua. I like Joshua. I need Joshua in my team. And hopefully we'll see if we have some developments on there too. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please, if we can get 100 likes on this video, would be great. I'll catch you tonight for the Roma Torino match reaction, Coppa Italia debut. And we'll see when the next Here We Go will come. But the most important thing is that we've got the first one. Robinio Vaz, not Nico Paz, to Roma, is a Here We Go. Speak to you soon. Simo out.